Welcome guys to another video on an awesome plugin. In this video, we are talking about a noise plugin. Why noise? Well, noise can come in handy in all kinds of animations, and you'll see exactly what I mean when I show you what this tool can do. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, welcome to another video, and I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Harvey Newman. I like to share here bi-weekly my favorite plugins, the plugins that actually have helped me or are helping me, and hopefully they will help you too, and this is definitely one of them. So before I get started, I need to give a shout out to Martin Chang, the creator of this tool and also an epic animator. He likes to share his work on Twitter. He shares a lot of work on Twitter. It's really good work. I highly suggest you guys go and follow him. He has, as of late, a really cool tank animated as if he was a person. With just two controls, he can do wonders. On top of his animation prowess, he actually does these really cool plugins, and one of them is this noise creation tool that hopefully will help you in your animations. So I'll leave a link down below how you can download it. It's a very simple plugin, it's a very simple script. So basically I already have it here in my shelf, and I just save the script straight to the shelf as it is. So why noise? So noise comes in handy for a plethora of reasons. Sometimes you actually want to add a little bit of dirtiness, a little bit of texture to your animations, and this kind of tool will help you a ton. So I have a sphere here, there's no animation whatsoever. I'm just going to go and actually set a key here, and I'm going to get this sphere to go forward. 150 frames, so make sure that that motion doesn't happen very fast, and I'm also going to make that motion linear because I want to see my action with no ease ins and no ease outs, right? So let's say that I want to add a little something to this animation for whatever reason. So this can be your arms, can be your body, can be you actually having something heavy they want to drag on the floor, or anything of that sort that you want to add a little bit of dirt to your animation. So this can happen also with cams if you actually want to add a little bit of like a noise to your camera. So there's a plethora of different uses that you can use this tool. So the way the tool works is that you select your geometry, right? And then you select the channels here on your right on what you actually want to add noise to. So it could be your translates, it can be your rotates, and you don't have to actually select them all. You can select individual channels if you would like to, right? But in this case, because the sphere is translating forwards, I'm going to select the translates. And I'm going to click add noise, right? So as you can see here, like I've added a bunch of noise only on those layers. But what you will also see is that it added a layer to my animation where there was none before, to make sure that my noise is not really disrupting my animations, which is actually pretty awesome. And this is how I add noise to my animations. It's basically a layer on top, and then you add a little bit of like something, right? So this actually saves you a ton of work, and it just randomizes the movements of your character. So in this case, you can see here, if I press play, the noise is a lot at this point, right? I'm not too sure if I ever would use it this much, but at least you have a noise to actually get started. Now, in order for you to actually make this usable, and I would actually use it in very small increments, right? So I'll select all my curves, all my noise, and then basically scale it down to something that is usable, right? So if I actually go and hover around 0, right, and then scale down, let me see how that looks, because that is actually much less noise than I had before. So yeah, that is a little bit more contained, I think. It's less nervous, right? So I still need to scale it further, so I'll go ahead and do that. Scale it further. And that is starting to actually become usable, right? Like he feels like a very nervous sphere walking down a single axis. So I'll probably go ahead and actually kind of like scale it even further than that to make sure that this is actually something that I can use. So something like this. And I think at this point you're going to feel very much like it's some residual noise that is in the sphere right now, and then I can basically start animating it or putting something into it on top of it. So if you look at this sphere now, you can actually start to see that you could almost make this a camera. You can also think of this as if the carrot is actually grabbing a big hammer that is very heavy and dragging it on the floor. If you need that residual like noise that you actually get as you actually dragging the hammer, then you can actually use a tool like this to make sure that the hammer is actually hitting that floor and feeling that those bumps on the floor, right? Anything of that sort you can start to use this tool for, right? A ball perhaps that is actually rolling on top of gravel, that is very useful. So you can start to see that this tool, even though is very particular, is very useful for many cases as you are building your animations. So I hope this proves as useful to you as it is to me, and major thanks once again to Martin Chang for actually creating this for us, because once again, you know, these things take time and they also make our life so much easier. So thanks a lot, Martin, for this. Now, I cannot go away before giving a shout to my Patreons for supporting me every single month. Also, thanks so much for my Discord community for sharing this kind of plugins. Go ahead, join my Discord community. There's plenty more plugins to actually check, just like this one. And that's all I had for you guys. I hope you guys have a good week. And until next week, stay well, stay safe. Peace.